see because last week we set a something and then discovered something. Hello, this is Bernae Flurnoy. Thank you for coming to my studio. We're going to do a quick recap on a couple of things that we painted last week, and then we're going to move forward to what we're going to paint today. I'm not sure how much of this you can see. I may have to move things down. I already got started on the background as an example when I did a paint party a few weeks ago. How you doing? How are you doing today? And I'm sitting up here looking like a little old lady over these glasses. But for me to see, some details, especially reading now, these words start, running together. But overall, I can see just fine. I could see that we still have hope. We still have, hopefully, our health and strength in our right frame of mind today. But I want you to go ahead and get your art supplies together. I used to call this art practice during COVID. So if you'd like to sketch along or just listen along, do so, okay? If you have old crayons or a little scraggly number 2 pencil, go and get that. I love creating and I'm just excited to get back in here live again. All right. Hopefully, the light is better this week because I'm blinded by the light in the studio, but you have to have a lot of light so that the camera picks up some of what's going on. Okay. I am hoping I am live on all the places, the Painted Pose on Facebook, the Painted Pose on Instagram, the Paint Party Online Pop Up Shop on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Hopefully, everything is on and popping. I already have my paint laid out. Okay. I already have my paint on my plate, water, my brushes are over here, the napkins. I just needed you. All right. So if you have an art lover, invite them in to join us today. Haven't said much today, so forgive the scraggly voice. I am going to get ready to add our painting to the stage here in a moment. But let's move away from the watercolor. I am using craft acrylic paints today. I used watercolor last week, so I wanted to make sure I placed that up there. So as I show you these things that we did work on last week, let me see if I can remove my box a little bit and see if that will help you see what we did. Hopefully that will do it. All right, so we did a little bit of watercolor. Let me throw these over here. We did a little bit of watercolor and we were trying these out. You're looking at me. Let me angle you down a little bit more. I did bring on an extra light to try to help us out a little bit today. And I do have my paint cam ready. And you know what? I am talking as though you're seeing my paint cam. Let me make sure I add that to the stage here. Let me see. There we go. Ciao. You know what? I can see it backstage. That's the problem. I'm looking at it backstage and I'm thinking that you can see what I see. But we're going to get this together. So this is what we painted last week. Let me go back over that again. So we painted this cute little star and we didn't just use the straight watercolors. We used some acrylic paint to do the little white dots in the background. And it's just fun, simple, light, and easy. And then we also painted a cute nutcracker. All right. So I changed the skin tone from the peachy color to more of like a caramel color. But what I wanted to do right quick is make it a little bit darker brown. All right. So even though this is watercolor, I am going to, well, I thought about adding the acrylic. Now see, this is going to make for a bad image. Let me see if I can adjust this light. I think the lighting this week is a little bit better. Let me see if I move this one out, if it's going to make that big of a difference. Not really. So let me go ahead and turn this one off. I think we have enough light, because then that makes for a bad visual experience over there. So I think we're good here. My brushes are wet. I think what I'm going to do right quick is just hydrate the brown a little bit. I don't think we'll need a whole lot. I just wanted to go back in and make it a little bit darker, because I realized after I was done that it still looked peachy. All right, we're being brave. We're going right on in here with this big brush, and we're going right over everything. We're going to get a little bit more paint and just make it a little bit more chocolate. Let me take this, because I just went over that red and I didn't want to go over that red. So to quickly fix it, my brush is wet, and I'm but not soaking wet, so that it can absorb some of that moisture right there really, really quickly, like you're wiping off a table. Let me keep this moving, because I want to make sure we don't have it soak in and create a harsh line where we don't want it. All right, we need a little bit more paint back here. And now I think it's a little bit more chocolate. That was the intent last week, to have the peachy one and one that's a little more chocolate. So here we go. And I think we're doing what we need to do. Okay. And you know, I did not share this into my group. I may need to come back to you and share this into my Facebook group. I usually like to put that link in there. Now let me go up underneath the chin and make it just a little bit darker, because that's in shadow, right? So that helps it become a little more three-dimensional looking. All right, so we do have a little chocolate nutcracker lady. All right, so we're just kind of moving along pretty quickly, and I just wanted to just do that real fast. All right. So I'm happy with that. I don't know why I didn't take the time out last week. I think because the broadcast ran a little long, because I was doing 2 different paintings. So I think I wanted to just hurry up and do what I did and then come on up out of there. So we'll see how this dries. I may need to add another layer. Let's see if I can bring a little bit more of this brown over into the hair. And I think I'm going to leave this little painting alone. So this is the recap that I talked about in the title. Just wanted to hit this up a little bit more over here. Add a little bit more brown. And I think I'm okay with it. Now we can move forward. I'm just using the whatever moisture is in this brush to kind of move this paint along. See if we can get a little stringy texture here. All right, I'm going to leave that alone. And I am going to come back to you really, really quickly and post the link. Let me go to Facebook real fast. I'm live on Instagram, I do believe. I need to probably check that too. So I hope you've got your supplies. I'm going to move my watercolors out of the way in a moment. I'm going to let that dry off just a bit. Excuse me, while I run over here to Facebook. And make sure facebook.com. Let me make sure I am in the wrong place. There we go, Facebook. And then now we will get over here to my group. And I didn't even put it in the description. I didn't put my website in the description. I didn't put that in the description. Yes, we need to do this more often because I am rusty. So I'm going to go throw that. This is the free Facebook group. And that is Command V. Paint Party Lovers over there. Okay. So did I share it? Let me share it. All right. So hopefully that's shared out over there. And now let me go to Facebook again and go to the Painted Pose and share the Painted Poses link into the group. Didn't do that. Should have done that. But I think I had to go live. Yes, you have to go live first, and then that creates a post. Then I can share the post into the group. Okay, it takes me a minute to kind of loop around and get it together. This is exciting for me. I hope all the, what do you call it? Canvas, what do you call it? Creative Canvas chatting. Copy link. Now I've got it. Now we can go over here to the, here we go. Let me just type it. Oh, good gracious alive. What is this? What did I just click? Let me type in that I am live. I am live streaming right now. Here's the link. Command V. All right. Pop in and say hi. All right. Pop in and say hi. All right. I'm looking over here. It's drying off pretty good without me turning on the loud hair dryer. But that hair dryer is a game changer. Pop in and say hi, exclamation point, boom. And let me do that whole thing. What is that? At everyone. I don't use that too much. I noticed last year it had just been overdone so much that a lot of people just ignored it anyway. So I'm hoping to revive my group up a little bit. So I'm adding everyone and post. So hopefully it'll show it to a few more people. There are over 600 people in the group. I'm going to say maybe about half, or maybe, I don't know. I don't want to say looky-loos or whatever, but it's just people that really are not really interested. And then maybe the other half are people that really want to paint and get on down. So if you are a paint party lover, or you're just a new painter that, you've been to a paint party or you've always wanted to go to a paint party, go ahead and join that group because I love dropping tips and a little extra knowledge up in there. All right. So I think all of my housekeeping is done for that. Okay. It's time to get back to this painting. I think it's drying up nicely. And like I said, I'm still experimenting with this new paint. It's very economical. And yeah, I will probably be making, this is on paper, I will probably be making some new watercolor kits coming your way, watercolor bundles, especially for winter. Start watching for that. So here we go. All right, I think that's looking nice. All right, hello there. We're about to go ahead and get started on the street light painting for today, but that was just a quick recap of what we did. Now look, I forgot you guys are sitting here looking at me. I apologize. Let me angle you on down here. There we go. So yes, just a quick recap of painting last week. The little simple star. And I did another coat of the brown to make a chocolate version of the Nutcracker, Lady Nutcracker. So I'm going to set this off to the side and bring on my craft acrylics, right? This is what we normally use, but watch for some more of the watercolor kits for those people that want to maybe add a little bit of crayon and colored pencil into their artwork. Now, if this were a little bit more dry, I would whip that brown out and work in some more shadows. But I think this is coming along pretty good. So we're going to set this aside and let me pull over our street sign. Our street sign that we're going to work with today. All right. I hope that you can see most of this. I did have an extra light over here, but I removed that because that cord was in the way. Now, for the street light, I did this as a paint party a couple of weeks ago, and I am trying to show you the brushes that we used there. It was a private paint party, so I don't have any examples, especially since they were painting their address on the street sign. I thought that was really cool. But you could put your name from the Johnsons, from the Flournoys, from the Greens, you know. So I just threw all of this in a bag. I'm about to give this to one of my neighbors, and I think I'm going to go ahead and make up more. This is on canvas board. I'm trying to show you. This is on the thin canvas board. That looks like it's zoomed in for whatever reason. But I like to print it on canvas as well. So yes, we painted it on canvases last time. So you'll get some paint pots filled with acrylic paint. And I do have the Michaels version. Of course, it's just off camera. Maybe I'll reach for that in a little bit. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take my brush as we get started. Let me angle this down a little bit more. Okay, try not to knock this computer off here. And let me just make sure I am on the right screen in case there are any comments. I think I'm going to put another little period there and hit enter just to make sure that I have posted something on my side. So here we go. The top, I may have to slide this down just a wee bit. And I think we're good. Okay. So once again, this is Bernaid Flournoy, art teacher by day, portrait painter by night, paint party instructor on the weekends. You know, I'm just going to wet this back here. Not drench it, but just give it a little bit of moisture so that we can blend our paint on top with ease. All right. So this one was one of my misprints. Now I probably should have gone over this so that I can see the end result clearly. Now, you know what? Let me add it to the screen. So this is what we're getting ready to paint. Something really cute really seasonal and light. And I want to try to do a couple of different versions of this. This is, of course, the winter holiday one. I want to do one maybe for spring and something for summer. I'll come up with a couple of things. I'm always coming up with something. But I wish there was a way to make the screen share. Let's see. Give me just a moment. Let me see how I can maneuver this to make it a little bit better. That's a little better, but I wish that wasn't so large. Let me see. Yep, I'm going through all of my things, and I think this one is going to be the best one. All right. So we're just going to go ahead and get on started here. And I'm going to dot around a little bit of white. I have my little resource reference image here so that I don't have to keep looking back at the computer screen like I normally would. So I'm going to dot around a little bit of white. And remember, always try to keep your paint near the bottom third, bottom half. And if it starts to rise up there and get out of control, just clean it, wipe it dry, clean it off, and regain control. That's some of the best advice I give at paint parties. So now I'm going to be quiet for a minute, and I'm just going to work. I'm going to add a little bit up in here. Now I wish, once again, I'd gone over some of those lines. I'm just using one of my Oops canvases because it's still good. All right, I am adding just a little bit of blue around here now. And then now I'm just going to now, once again, that's a reference. You don't have to use it exactly as it is. It's just an image suggestion. If you feel like you want a darker sky, go for it. Okay. If you want your sky to be purple, go for it. You don't have to stick with that. All right. I think I'm going to make it a little bit darker at the top. Now, as I'm pressing, of course, my paint is moving closer towards that metal. I promise you I'm not going to let it stay up there for very long, but for this process right here, because we're doing the background, we're not necessarily doing any high detailed work at the moment. It's okay, because sometimes that paint will get up in there and it'll make it hard to work with. Now I need to just kind of switch to the smaller brush, but I'm trying to do as much as I can with this larger brush. So sometimes you got to do what I say and not what I do type of situation. But we're going to use this large brush to kind of cut around this shape really fast. All right, I really like this bright blue. Now I'm going to add just a little bit of water. You don't want to add too much, but when it starts to dry out just a little bit and you just want to move things along, you want to get just a little bit of water. And I'm going right around this shape. Like I said, it cut this totally in, and I have a lot of just basic bright blue right here. All right, I'm going to try not to go too fast, but we want to get that background done quickly. Now this is a little bit dry over here, so I'm just going to quickly get close to this. Whoop. And add a little bit more white here. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to switch out here really fast. I've got some blue and white over here. And I really need to finish that sky, but I think I'm going to go in here really fast. Let me get some of this over here. Let me add a little bit of blue over here really quickly and kind of dot along up in here really fast. Checking my reference image. I do really like this reference. So once we do our sky, then we are going to do the street light here. I'm looking over here to see. We can. All right, I want to kind of get in that area a little bit. So let me wet my brush just a little bit over here. And I think what I'm going to do is just kind of go back and forth from that reference image. Let me remove that one out. And let me come back here. All right. I think this one is going to be better for a while, because that way you can see what's going on. Grab just a little bit of water because it's drying out. But I want to make sure as I get the water, I'm mixing in the paint. And then I use that to get near the wrought iron edge right here. Now I just went over that line a little bit. Let me pick up a little bit more of that paint and just kind of get close to that edge. And I'm just kind of doing, I'm going to call it like a push broom type of situation. I need some more blue back over here in this corner. All right, so we're going to go ahead and finish this little area out right here. Okay, and then that way that's done. I'm going to grab just a little bit on my little bit of black on this corner here. And I've got white in here, so it's kind of making it gray. Like I said, I didn't want to leave that part, leave the brush too full, too long up here near the metal, because it starts to get out of control. And like I said, now I've got a lot of white in my brush, and I went and got some of that black. So it's not black. I'm just going to go ahead and just, now that I've got most of the paint out, so now I'm going to go back and get a little bit more of this blue. Grab just a little bit more black in this little corner here. Let me move this down. You can't see that particular part. So I'm going to go back and get a little bit more of this blue. And I may need to stop and get a little bit more blue. because I just wanted it slightly darker, not totally black and neutralized, because then the blend won't be as good. So let me clear out some of that paint again. And I dip in the water to just fill up the bristles. And then now my brush is really, really dry. I'm coming right back, right along in here. And I'm dabbing because I'm trying to get into the texture of this fabric. All right. So here we go. We're going to just bring a little bit more. I may need to get another little squeeze of blue out here. All right. Didn't plan for that, but that's the good thing about purchasing that artistic license. You know it's for free, but we have to do that from time to time. We flash our license around here, and you should do it too. So now we've kind of faded that out a little bit, and so I am kind of happy about that. So it's not as drastic as a cut, but it's kind of blending in over here. All right. So now we'll do something about the transition in here, but we're going to go ahead and squeeze out a little bit more blue. All right. Now, I think we're good now. Now, I usually like to broadcast an hour or less. At a paint party event, this usually is going to take about 90 minutes to 2 hours, depending on the crowd that you have and the experience and, how much talking is going on and all of those type of things. But let's see if we can get a little bit more white. White up in here. Let me grab a little bit more white. And then we're just going to get close to this rod iron. Let me grab a little bit more of this royal blue. So now we've got really too much paint, but we're going to push this paint along. We're going to use that to our advantage. It's right. If you think about a broom, it's kind of right along that edge. I'm going to push out some of that paint because I want a flatter corner right here to get up in here. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing for right here. Can I use that smaller brush? I can. But it's been a moment since I've painted. So, some of the challenging aspects, I still enjoy that. So let me go ahead and get the smaller brush so I don't waste, your viewing time here. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to swirl this around, lighten this up a little bit. I'm going to grab just a smidge of water. Come back in here. All right. All right, I think we're okay. Get a little bit more of this white. Another little dab of water. Let me see where I am on my visual. Okay. And this part takes a little time right here to go around the details. And like I said, since this was one of my oops canvases, it's not as dark. And, sometimes you want it to be subtle, because if I opted in to do watercolor, sometimes you don't want that harsh, dark line. Let me take a quick peek and see where I am according to my reference. I think we're okay. I think we went over that line again. And it happens. I'm just going to kind of press some of this paint out right here to use it. All right, so we're going to come back in here and grab some more. We still have going to add a little bit of white, add a little bit of blue. All right, so we'll go back in here and we'll use the bigger brush in a moment to go around all of this area here. Let me get a little bit more white, a little bit more blue, and I'm adding more paint because I know I've added just a smidge too much water. So right now this is going to be my little painting palette that I'm dipping in right on my painting right here. So we're going to have to be careful when we come back around here. Let me see what's going on here. This is going to be light in here. Do I have mine? Let me stop right here. Trying to see if I have my mechanical pencil right here, because my canvas is a little bit wet. I'm going to go in here right now. It's too late for me to get over here, but for right here, and to come back here with a little extra hook right here, and to come on around here for my little ornament. I will figure out this next little part right here. Okay. All right, so I'm just kind of coming on around here, knowing that I need to keep track of that edge. I know this part is dry over here. All right. I'm getting dangerously close to that wet right there. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to find this edge too. All right. And any other areas that you think you may lose, you go in there and you trace that, you get that outline, you find it. But I don't mind it so much, but it's like, well, let me get in here and do it. Let's see, is this another little ornament back here? It is. So we want to kind of keep hold to those. Now, I'm okay. Let me put that back. Now let's continue. Let me wet that just a little bit. What world is in there? I forgot. I did use this last week, so some of the watercolor is in there. Because I'm like, where is this kind of red coming from? I forgot. But I also thought I'd clean this out. Okay. All right. Let's get in here and add a little bit more of the white right here. All right. All right. We're adding. And we're just kind of blending this one down, fading this one down a little bit. Let me get a little bit of white to help with that transition a little bit. All right. So it could be a blustery sky back there. It doesn't have to be so smooth. And that's okay if it's not. I'm going to get just a little bit more water because I do have plenty of paint right there. And I'm just going to come on down and finish this area right here. All right. Let me get a little bit more white. Okay, here we go. We got a lot now. Good. And I don't know, sometimes on this canvas board, for me, I don't know about everybody else. It just seems like it's super dry. Let me get real close to here. Let me get up in here real fast and get rid of this. Sorry, y'all. Just get rid of the white. All right, so now we can go ahead and fade this one out here in a moment. We just want to finish up just a little bit. And I may be belaboring it because it's, I don't know, it's just fun for me. And like I said, it's been a moment since I've painted live. All right, let me check my reference because I'm getting into this area right here. And I've got all of this paint up to this brush metal part right here. So I am pushing that down a little bit because, like I told you, it will get out of control. I'm getting close around here. Let me switch this out and get this one here. All right. It just makes more sense. It comes to a point you're going around in a little dainty area right here. So I'm going to press this. And all I'm doing is just a couple of swirls. Okay. Let me get some more white because this area now is lighter. Right. I think I'm okay. Let me look and see what you guys are seeing. It looks like it's coming together okay. It looks like it. Let me see if adding a little bit of this over here is helpful. Let me see if taking the big brush right now is going to be helpful. Let me add a little bit more water down here. Add a little bit of white. See about transition. And don't get so attached to your brushes. Get some inexpensive ones. The one I send in the kit is relatively inexpensive. It's kind of like a one and done brush. So, you know, it's a workhorse. It's really here to apply that paint. And I know some like professional, I'm going to say wall painters, they have, you know, maybe more specialized brushes for certain things as well, I am sure. Okay, here we go. All right, I am super excited about finishing up this background. All right, I like the way it kind of fades to this kind of blustery white over here. It's kind of cool. So in just a moment, we are going to, and I can't see everything properly because of the lights that are in here. We are going to get ready to do the black wrought iron. Okay. Oops. All right. I think we are just about done. May need a little bit more paint when I get ready to do my little snow swirls and whatnot back there. All right. I think we're very close. Very close. All right. Let me see about this part here. All right, I think we are fading everything back down here nicely. Just coming in here with some of the bright blue. I do believe that this canvas board just kind of soaks the moisture out of the paint quickly. Because I'm like, is this my imagination? No, let me make sure that you guys are seeing the top of this area here. I am just slowly going back in with a larger brush now, blending this down. Okay, so we are slowly but surely fading this in. Okay, and we're just gonna make this our transition point right here. All right, and I may have to stand up so I can really see what's going on. I think this canvas board is really absorbing the moisture out of this paint. Let me get a little bit more water. May have to get a little bit more blue too. All right, so here we are. We're just going back over like with another coat right here. Okay, I am standing up in here because of all the little holes that are in the fabric. All right, I think we are blending it okay now. All right, I think this area of transition is okay. You know what? Let me get a little bit more water. All right. Here we go. I think we're good now. So I think it's a little bit more well blended. And we will grab a little bit more down here and work this up as well. Okay, while it's still wet. So we're just kind of making sure everything is kind of blending well back there. Right. Having some decent transitions. All right. I think I'm okay with that. And then let me show the bottom of the canvas too. Right. Now let me flash the let me wet these brushes. Let me flash the reference up in there. Is this the right reference? All right. Let's flash that reference up there so that we can see. I just wanted the sky to be just a little darker, make it a little bit more moody. But that's just me. You can stick with the light, you can pick up lighter blues at Michael's or Walmart or Hobby Lobby or Meijer or wherever you can get the lighter colors and stay in that light daylight, or you can, make it a little bit more of a nighttime scene. All right, let me clean out my brushes right fast, and let's get ready to do the. I'm trying to decide whether I want to do the yellow part of the sign and then the wrought iron. I think I'm going to do the yellow part first. Either way is fine, whatever you're comfortable with. Now, do I have some step-by-step directions with this? I do. Not in all of the kits, but if you're interested in this one, just reach out to me. I don't have it posted as a product yet. I do have my order form in the works. All right, now I really want to get that blue out of there. Otherwise, that's going to turn that yellow part of the sign kind of green. Now, there's a little bit of a green tinge up there. Oops. Now, look at there. I'm splashing water. Oh, goodness. Don't start. Here we go, y'all. Here we go. I need to get some more headphones for that particular area so that that doesn't happen again. Mm, mm, mm. All right, so I am excited. I've been wanting to do this painting for a while, so I am super excited to be doing this right now. Let's see if we're straightened out a little bit. Try not to swing it too far either way. All right, so now my other paint is here. I should have been spritzing this with a little bit of water to keep it. Let me see where I can spritz it where. All right. To keep it moist as we're working. Let me do that again. All right. Otherwise, this acrylic paint will dry out. Watercolor is a little bit different. But yeah, we want to keep our paint viable and workable. So I think I still want a little bit of a warm light in there as well. Let me make sure my other two brushes are really well cleaned out as well. So once again, like I did before, I'm just going to add just a little bit of water down here. I think I'm going to work both of these at the same time. I hope this background is totally dry. All right, so I am going to, I'm going to add a little bit of white in there and get a little bit of yellow. All right, I am going to move kind of quickly. All right. I'm going to spread this orange near the edges and then come back with some more yellow here in just a moment. All right. Now this is my workhorse here. This one is not a precious cute brush. This is, it's going to get frayed and worn out, but it will get in there and get into the grooves in the deep little pockets of this canvas. Now, painting on paper is a little bit different. It doesn't have as much of a texture depending on the paper that you have. So I'm going to go back in here with a little bit more of this yellow. And I may have to do another coat. I'm going to go right on up in here, just trying to warm up everything. All right, so this is picking up some of that orange. That's in the depths of the fabric texture. All right, but this is starting to do exactly what I needed to do. I'm coming right on down to this edge right here. And if you need to do a second coat, let this dry and do that. I am going to come around here as well. Okay. Gonna get just a little corner of water. And like I said, I will change things up a little bit just depending on, what the image is and what I would like to see. And you can do the same exact thing as well. So I want that light to be a little warmer up there as opposed to being super cold. So now I can go in here and I can lift some of this paint out of the center. Okay, so I'm going up in here. Let me grab a little piece of baby white right here. We're using all of the tools. And I like to have them at my possession. So now this is kind of coming back out. And like I say, I may want to go back in and warm that up with a little bit more yellow. All right, so that's coming on up out of there. Now I could neutralize the edges over here as well. So let me get just a smidge of blue. Smidge of the red. Smidge of that yellow. I'm going to get just a teeny tiny bit of that brown. Not brown, but a little bit of that black. Okay. So I'm making like a little bit of a brown mixture over here to come near these edges. Okay, it's a lot of it that's still inside of my brush. Let me get just a little dab of water. Let me get a little bit more paint over here as I'm mixing off camera. Let me come on camera so that you can see me doing my mixture. So this might be a little bit too much. So now this is really, really neutralized here. So now I'm just going to come near this edge again. That might be a little bit too harsh, but it's going to be up underneath that shadow, and I'm okay with that. Okay. You might want to get a Q-tip. You might want to have another one of these brushes on hand for blending while this is wet. Coming right on into these corners here. All right. Coming right on around here. I'm just going to come on down here a little bit further. And I'm going to wipe some of this. I'm going to wipe some of this out here in a moment. All right. So where's my other little... So I'm going to just kind of dab along this edge here to kind of make it feel a little more antiqued. So you're painting a little bit with the paper towel. In this case, a little dried baby wipe for me. Now I can add a little bit more yellow in here to warm this up. Let me make sure my brush is not too wet. Okay, let me dab a little bit of this yellow around this edge here. Okay. All right. This is kind of giving us a little bit more of that kind of antique feeling. And then, of course, we can come on in the inside here with a little bit more of the white. Or you can lift out what's left inside of the canvas with a little bit of a napkin. So now I am just going to blend this out, and I'm just kind of swirling it. There are little pieces of my napkin. I'm just going to get that out of the way. I'm going to go back in, get a little corner of the white right here. And we're just kind of making it feel a little more antiqued. And I'm just kind of blending it around. Let me get a little bit more of my rubbed off napkin out of there. All right, so it is coming along. And you don't have to belabor it. It's nice and warm. I'm going to go right back in the center, right here. Now, actually, I picked up some of that pale light blue unintentionally, but we did. So we're going to just use that to our advantage. All right. So for me, this is okay. I can get a little bit more white, and I will in a moment. Let me go ahead and squeeze out a little bit more right now. Honey, this paint has been sitting around here in this studio begging to be used. Uh-oh. Where's my toothpick? Toothpick, everybody. Okay, let me use my avocado pen because I do not see my toothpick. And I know it's one just probably right off. Ah, there we go. It worked. Clean off my avocado pen so that we can use it again at another time. All of this professionalism, you know. All right, so let me squeeze out a little bit of this. And now we're good. Let me get just another little corner of this white. Not a lot, just a corner of it. Okay. And then we're going to go right on up in here. Really intentionally making this a hot spot right up in here. And then we're just going to blend it out. Okay. So then now you've got a nice light area for you to put your name, your family name, or your street number. And how fun would it be if you did your favorite street number to maybe your favorite museum or your favorite amusement park from childhood, something like that. So we spent a little time on this, probably more than what we needed to, but it's fun. Okay, let's move on. We're already past our hour mark. So this one is probably definitely going to be a 90-minute to a 2-hour session here. Unintentionally, it's just fun. Okay, so let me make sure this is good and cleaned out. Let me make sure we're on camera here. And my warmth around here looks like it was disappearing. I need that back. So I just mixed in a little bit of red, a little bit of yellow. Just needed to add just a little bit more of that warmth back around this area here. All right, now I feel better. Didn't want it to be too neutralized. All right, so let's continue, shall we? All right, I am going to remove the reference image and then come right on back. Okay, just trying to see where we are here. Okay, now we're going to let that dry. Let me squeeze out a little bit of the white here and come right on back in here. Because we know that light is going to be kind of right in the center there. All right, we're going to leave this part alone for right now, and I'm okay with that too. Let me do a quick reset. I'm over here trying to, there we go. There we are. This is Brene Flournoy, art teacher by day, portrait painter by night, paint party instructor on the weekends. In and around this video somewhere, probably in the chat, is the link to my Facebook group. If you like this type of thing, come on and join me in there. We're going to revive some things at the beginning of the year. I'm going to open up my membership for the Canvas Club. Again, at the beginning of the year, I want to paint online once a month. If you know somebody that's interested in that, tell them to get on my wait list. Okay, thepaintedpost.com. And you could see, I think it might be / waitlist. But if you get on the paintedpost.com, you scroll down a little bit, you'll see the section for membership. All right, so there we go. I'm coming back. Coming right on back. Let me add my paint cam back. Let's get on back down to it. All right. So now, I think I missed a couple little daylight spots there. Let me catch that real fast. And while I have a little bit on my brush, let's get up in here really quickly. Now I'm curious, are you painting? Are you catching us on the replay? All right, I think this will be good right here. I think we're caught up right here. All right. So we'll come back and do this. I started to do like part 1. Probably should have, because it can take a little bit of time. All right, so I'm okay. I think I got most of the sky, and if not, then we'll just come back and touch that up. So this really should just be part 1, and then we should probably do a part 2. And I probably need to come back during the week. Give me a good excuse to come back and paint. All right, so that part is cool. And now it's time to do some of the wrought iron. All right, so I'm going to get a little bit of water, and I'm just going to push this over here off to the side. I'm going to slide in a little bit of black. Okay. And it is really, really moist here on the brush, so it should slide off really easily, but you're just going to have to be careful. Now, if it looks like it's too wet, then you need to pat it dry a little bit. Okay, so we're going for it. All right. I really, instead of going for jet black, I really need to do like a good kind of dark gray instead of the jet black right now. So let's do that, because I want to start down here, but then I'll end up with paint on me. I'm going to come right on back up here. All right. And let's look down right about here. Okay. And I do have a lot of paint on this brush, so we have to be careful. Can't touch the canvas too hard, because then that paint starts to get out of control. All right, so we've got some of this going on here now. Now let's go right up underneath here. And we will probably need to gray down the snow a little bit so that we could have some nice popping highlights. So I'm glad we did the background first, because that's the majority of the painting. Now, my little hands are shaking. Uh-oh. So you can twist and turn your canvas so that you're comfortable. I'm just doing little teeny tiny brush strokes, because like I said, I'm trying to paint this nice and soft because I have so much paint in the brush. Right, and like I said, if it starts to get out of control, stop, dab some of that paint out. And you see I'm just doing small little strokes. Okay, if anybody says that the edge is a little bit crooked, you tell them to try it out and see how well they do, because it is challenging. All right, so we've got this little lip right here, and we're just going to go right on up over in here. Okay, we're coming back over here. Like I say, I've got a dark gray, which looks really, really black. Right now, I'm just going to come on up in here. Very softly, very light. Now, you know I want to use the favorite word of the year. Very demure. Okay. Couldn't help it. I might hear it one more time. Okay. I am doing this at an awkward angle. This is not my best angle right here, but we're getting it done. All right. Street lights. Oh, let me stop before Facebook. Somebody cancels me. All right, we're going to paint this. We're going to go ahead and get a little bit of this right here. We're going to paint this part right here. All right, we're coming back in here with a little bit of lightness right here. I'm going to have a little lightness right over here too. Let me get just a smidge of water. Let me pull some of this out over here. A little smidge of black. And so we are, is this on top? Let me look and see about my reference. Child. Okay. All right, so we've got a little bit of this up here. And we need to get some more water to help us. If you have even a smaller brush, that may help as well. Now I know my brush is really too full of water, but we're going to go for it. And I'm going to try to do a nice sweeping motion. We will probably have to come back with a little bit of black here, because I am using a dark gray. All right, here we go. I'm going around here. And you can do this with a Sharpie marker as well. All right. If this proves to be a little bit too much for you or your guests, just let them paint everything else. Let everything dry. Use the hair dryer. And yeah. Let me make sure I've got plenty here. And I probably need a little bit of the light. Right around here. Probably need a little bit more of the light. Right around here. Okay. All right. Let me get just a little bit more water. And if you think you're doing too much water, you might want to add some of the acrylic matte medium. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and do this part right here. Trying to make sure I have enough. Paint. All right, let's get a little bit more. Get a little bit more. Let's get a little bit of water and let's go for it. I guess I need to move this part back up so that you can see what I am doing. Now, if my strokes right here were really nice and straight, that would be wonderful. We're working on it. Okay, so we're going to do another one right in here. And it's really just to kind of give that illusion. You just try to get it as straight as you can, people, and keep on moving. All right. I'm pressing down, trying to make sure the stuff is right into this canvas. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm going back and forth right here. Okay. All right. All right. Oh my goodness. Put my finger right into that black paint I did. I'm like, what in the world? I forgot. I am not touching the canvas. I was over there. Okay, if you get to it fast enough, you can get it up usually. All right, so I don't know what I would call myself doing. Okay, so it's coming along. It's still a little bit clunky. I should have probably labeled this part 1 and did a part 2 because we're getting on that hour and a half mark. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead because I need to. And you know what? I'm not in a rush. I just might need to take just a quick little little break back here. Well, this is probably way too bright, but it's totally up to you how you want to do this back here. All right. Let me get some more blue. That is part of the problem right here. Let me get a little black, a little more yellow. Get a little bit more blue over here and we'll mix some more. Now, you know, I want to make a hyperlapse of this broadcast. Let me make sure I'm putting this over here where we are actually clean. If you need to take a break, go do that because I may take a break myself. All right, let me get a little bit more of this yellow. Oh, and I'm mixing off on the side. You can't see it. So I am swooping in a little bit of this yellow here. And I am going to just quickly start adding that down here. We got the black in here. We're just going to just quickly. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to quickly get that on here. As the base, because then we can add some lighter stuff on here in a little bit. Let me make sure we're up underneath this sign pretty good. And we're out here doing our thing around the little ornament thingamabobber. Bobble. Okay, let's get up in here around. All right, so that is coming along there pretty well. Okay. All right, let's get up some of this right up in here just because. Let me look. All right, so I'm excited about how that's going. All right, so here we go. Right, so I'm feeling a little more follow lawlish. All right, so there we go. We got a little bit of that greenery going. I'm okay with that. We can come back and add a few little, you know, highlights, or we can do a little bit of that right now. Let me see. I can't quite see. So we're going to add just a little bit right up in here. You know, none of this, I don't have a really good flat brush right now, but I'm okay. We'll just add some different whatevers. Let's get some more of this dark stuff up in here. That way we don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay, all of that is done. Okay. Forgot. Yeah, I'm so sorry. All right. It is coming along swimmingly well. A little bit too much. And of course, we can always keep going back and forth here. All right. So I'm okay with that for right now. All right. It's got a little bit of warmth, got a little bit of coolness up in there. And what we probably need to do is make sure that our snow has some of that coolness up in there. Okay, so we got a little bit here, just a little bit here. We might pop that. So let's see, this part here is a little different. Right, I'm going to come along the edge of the fluffiness here. And it might be nice if I had maybe a little bit of that purple inside of some of this. Oh, and I keep forgetting. This is off camera. Let me get a little bit of this. All right. All right. So we're mixing up a little bit of this to make it nice and kind of coolish. Let me put maybe a little bit of purple on the side. All right. Just to Add a little bit more zhuzh. So I'm going to add a little bit of this purple right up underneath this little bit of snow. A little bit of purple right here. A little purple right up underneath this just to pop it a little bit. I think I'm going to move along a little bit faster. I said I think. Now, what is this? This is my snowdrift here. Okay, I still need to finish up my wrought iron and the black around the sign here. All right. Okay, I'm not mad at none of this. I'll add a little bit of purple down here. Add a little bit of over here. Let me get a little bit more of that. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, so we've got okay, so let's clean this out. Trying to see what I want to do next. I'm excited because it's starting to come together. I'm going to go in here with a little bit of this white, but we're going to add a little bit of the blue up in this white. Just a smidge. Okay. I think this is a little bit of snow right here. Right. Let's make sure this is nice and cool and fluffy. All right, so some of this is going to hit right here. Some of this white going to hit right there. Some of that bright white is going to hit right there. I got to go back and see what that is. Let me get a little bit more of this light gray. So, right up in here. Child, this is what the doctor needed to order for me today. This is prescription creative, and I am enjoying it. And I know I will do a hyperlapse. Trying to see what I'm doing here. So I gotta come back over here in this area. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but we're gonna add a little snow to it. How about that? We'll add a little snow to it. And then you can make your ornaments whatever color you want them to be. Come back up over here. Pop this out over here just a little bit. Pop this over here just a little bit. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, now I think I am ready to get back in here with a little bit more of this gray. Okay. All right, so let me make sure we are now making sure this is drawn in properly. I need some more water. I need some more. Need a little bit more paint. Need a little bit more water. Need a little bit more paint. And I'm mashing out as much of this paint as I can and just kind of keeping it right on the tip here. I hope this is the correct color that I need. Trying to get rid of some of the white areas that we absolutely do not need. Ooh, we had to come back along there with some blue. All right, I think I was a little heavy-handed over there. All right, I need just a slightly smaller brush, really one with a finer tip on it. I'm just going to go ahead and get on up in here. I think I'm having a little bit too much fun. Let me get just a little bit of water on here. And let me put my little pinky down. So now let me clean that out. Let me pull in a little bit of this white to make a little bit more of a little gray around here. And slide this back and forth. Get just a smidge more water. All right, let's go ahead and finish up some of this rod iron here. Well, you may have to touch that background up a little bit. I got a little bit too much water in here. Let me soak some of that out. But this black paint has been sitting up here for what, 2 hours almost? Yeah. Ooh, wee. This was not very, that part was not elegant at all, but we got it on there. Not very elegant at all. So we are just kind of going back to swirl around just a little bit. Okay. Cleaning up a few parts here. Ooh, that might have been a little bit too much that way. And I think I need to swirl this back a little bit. And swirl that part back. Okay. Like I said, I have a lot of the dark gray, but right now I am using pretty much straight black. Am I in the right spot? Let me move this over. Honey, that is so much fun. Let's see about this part close up. Now that feels like a light on. Okay, a little bit of coolness. All right, let's keep going. All right, so this one is going to be a solid 2. I haven't done a long painting, what you call this, session for quite some time. But I'm here for it. Okay, we're just going to add this black right up in here because I can't really see. But we're just going to add this little black on up in here. All right. Same with over here. And then we can come back with a little highlight and whatnot at another time. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. I think I'm going to leave that be. I think I need a little bit of black around this part here. And yeah. All right. Let me come near this edge right here. Okay, let's paint these ornaments. I think we need a little bit more solid black in a couple of these spots right here. Okay. Okay, right there. Let's see. Let me come down a little bit more. This is right at the base of this whatchamacallit thing. And I don't know what this is here. I think I have done the wrong little highlight part here. Just going to swing that on out. Come on up in here with a little bit of this gray. I think I was adding snow up here and there was none up there. I think I got a little bit confused. And so let's go ahead and add a little bit more white here. And gray this out. Okay, I think I just was, okay, looking at the wrong thing there. And it happens. We're going to gray this one out here too. Gray this, okay. I think I painted too much blue over that area. But I think we are finding it now and we're ready to. Oh yeah, I think we can finish in 6 minutes. All right, we're going to go ahead and add this over here like so. And add this back over here like so. Like that. Okay. Okay. So if I had a little bit of light blue, I'd probably put it right in the center there. But I think we're cleaning up everything nicely. Let me add another little drop of water because we're coming over here with some straight black now. Oh, this is too much black in this brush. I know it, but I'm not going to wipe it all out. Okay, so we're going to come down right here. I think we're okay. Right here. Okay. I think we're okay here. All right. Right there. Okay, I think we're okay. Now let's go on over up in here. Making sure this is thick enough, but not too thick. All right. So then this will catch a little something up in here. And I think we're good for this part right here. Just straighten that part out. Straighten this part out slowly. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Okay, I think I feel better about that part. Slowly. Ooh, okay, I think that's better. Almost gonna go right here. Slowly. Okay, so let's go right back up over here. And what is this? We can judge this out just a little bit here, and I think we're okay with that. We need a little bit more probably fluffy white snow there. I think we're okay here. We're just running this part right on over here. I think we're okay with that part. I think we're okay with that loop, this little loop here. I think we're okay. Now we are still don't know what I'm doing right here for this part right here. Let's just make sure that that's nice and dark right there. This has enough zhuzh around here. This is nice and dark here. Okay. All right, I think we're okay with that part there. This has a little bit of okay. All right, we're cleaning up things pretty well. Okay, cleaning up things pretty well. All right, this is definitely up underneath, below. Right, I want this to be nice and smooth right there. Curving that nice and smooth. And we're just going to take this part out over here. Okay. All right. We've got some zhuzhes going on. Paint these last couple of ornaments. And I think I have the black where I wanted it to be. And yeah, let's go ahead and clean this brush out. Get ready for these ornaments. Oh, it's two. Okay. But we didn't start right at, we had a little warm up time. So let me make sure my brush is good and cleaned out, because now we're going to have fun with the little ornaments, and that won't take too long. I want to go back while I have a little bit of, just a smidge more water. So I'm going to take a little bit of this, and I'm going to go right back to where the white is definitely white. Okay. Make sure this is really, really clear right here. And we're going to put just a little. And we never did go back and put any white snow in the background. I'm okay with it. We may have to, like I say, do a part two, because we did not do that. It's piled up. Okay. Got a little bit of white here on top of that. All right, so we went back and we found some good areas to paint it, good solid white. Okay. So we kind of cleaned up a few of those areas. So while they dry, we might need a second coat of that white. Now, I think we're going to stick kind of close with our reference here. All right, we'll probably come back and do another little something right there. I don't know why I don't have enough green going around there. I don't know what happened there. Somebody didn't get the memo. So we're going to go right here and we're going to add that little red. My little red is still holding on. I'm coming in with just some straight red, no mixing of any white right now. Now, you know my battery, I just thought about that. Just thought about my poor little battery. I hope it doesn't shut off. And I haven't checked the life on it. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and get this bright red right around here. And we'll worry about popping the highlight. Okay, so we got a little red there. I like the red. It's kind of festive, but if you want to change it to pink or whatever, rose gold or whatever it is that you want to do, you can do that as well. Let me make sure. And I'm trying to hurry because I totally forgot that I didn't start off with a fully charged camera. So my paint cam may decide that it's tired in a minute. All right, I'm filling in all of those holes that are on this canvas. All right, so we've got the basic flat color. Let me go in here and get a little bit of this yellow. But like I said, if you want to make that pink or whatever, purple. Wait a minute now. I think I want that purple. How about that? Let's change that. Let me clean this out. Ooh, come on, paint cam. Hold on. Ooh, I forgot. Let me show you. I'm getting a little bit of that pink, a fuchsia, and a little bit of that bright blue. And I'm mixing that together to get my violet. All right. And that happens really, really quickly. Right. So here we go. Let me hurry up. And I'm trying to get this in all of these little crevices. So that's kind of like the difference of painting on the canvas and on paper, but it depends on which paper you're painting on as well. All right, so we got a little bit of that violet going right here. I'm going to get just a little corner of black down here. I probably need to get a little bit of blue too. Just a little smidge down here. And I'm trying to hurry up and blend this quickly. All right, so we're getting that together. So while this is still kind of wet, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to pop that blending area out. And I'm just kind of doing a little bit reverse. Like I'm trying to mop up a little bit of the floor here to get that little highlight, to make it a little bit more subtle. And then of course I can hit that with a little bit of white. Now this looks like it's dry over there, and now, and I tell you, we are moving fast. Okay, we're going to hurry up and get this darker part of the blue out here, and I'm going to go in once again and get just a smidge of black. Ooh, we are rushing. And I'll go back up in here and let me smooth this out and get some more of this blue. Okay, let me get a little bit more of that blue. Brighten that back up. Then we're going to pop that with a little bit of white. Okay, a little bit of white. Just kind of fading this in just a little bit to blend a little bit. And then let's go ahead and get a little bit of water. Ooh, hold on, paint cam. And we're going to pop a little bit of white. Just a little bit here. A little bit more. All right. And I'm just kind of adding a little dot. And I'm kind of dotting it and moving it in a little circle a little bit. And I got to get a little bit back up over here. I'm dotting it and moving it in a circle just a little bit to blend it real fast. And I'm just going to get a little bit more white. And I'm going to go ahead quickly and add just a little highlight right in here. And I'm kind of just dotting because I'm trying to fill in that canvas. All right. So let me get a little bit closer. So we got just a little highlight. Got to get a little bit over here too. And I don't have enough low light over here, but honey, we might not get any low light today because that paint cam battery says we are finished. But I can't help it. You know I can't help it. I got to go over here and get a little bit more red. A little bit more over here. Fill that in. I'm going to get just a smidge of black. Just to help this feel a little more three-dimensional. Don't overdo it, just a little bit. Okay, so we're coming around there. I just got just a little bit more red. All right. So I think we're okay. I think we're all right. This feels like welcome, and anything can go in here. I'm leaving this blank because I may take some pictures and print this. I'll probably touch up a couple more things, but overall, all right. I think we are done. I might go back in, and I don't have yes, I do. My pouncer. Yes, I do, because I took them to the paint party. Let me get the smallest pouncer, and we're going to come in here really quickly. And I'm looking for here we go. This is my glazing medium. I'm just going to squeeze a little bit out on this plate real fast to go in here and give me a little bit of that snow feel. All right, let me squeeze a little bit. And I'm hoping, y'all. Let me wet this a little bit. I'm going to go in here with a little bit of white. And I'm going in here with a little bit of medium. I'm going to go back with just a smidge more water. And I'm just going to go back in here. Of course the girl got some of the darker colors. Hold up. Let me clean this out while it's wet. Of course the girl got some of the darker colors on her. You know, it happens. But we can hurry up and work around that. Let's hurry up and try to clean that out real fast. Let's go in here and get some of this white. We're about to do the same thing. Let's get some of this white. Get a little bit more water. And let's go on back here. Now, of course, you can take it and swirl it in a circle. Doggone it! Look at there! Who put that yellow? Okay, that's some dry flake. I'm like, who's in here messing up? This girl. Okay. So I'm just going to go right here in the circle. I'm going to go in another circle. I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger. All right. And then you can just go on up in here and have a wonderful time. I'm going to go in here and get some more clear glaze. That clear glaze really does that trick back here. All right. So you can go over here as much or as little as you like. Going back down here. And honey, this is so addictive. Okay. I don't recommend this if you do not have some time to do it. All right. So we've got some of the whites over here. And I'm just going to dab in one spot for just a minute. Okay, we're just going to go up in here. Now, I may have overdone it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's very easy to overdo. And I'm that girl. But doggone it, did we go in here and get some more of that dark again? Well, we're going to make it work. Okay, we're going to say some dirt in this snow. How about that? That'll give us a slightly different texture. So also taking your tip of your brush, and I'm just getting a little bit of water on here just to kind of zhuzh this together. This will give you some finer points too. All right. So you can get in here and do as much or as little as you like. And I'm just going straight up and down just to kind of give like more of a, we're going to put a few over on top of here as well. I could probably use a slightly larger handle to get a few varying sizes, but I think we get the gist. Let me go over this dirty snow down here. Then we can put a little one on the sign, a little bit up here on intentional. All right. Am I getting a little violent with it? I think so. Because I'm trying to beat this paint cam from running out. All right. All right. Here we go. Let me put a few over here on the actual. All right. And I think we're good. Now, if you want more snow, you know how to get it. All right. Let's go over this dirty snow right here. All right. We're going to say that was intentional. Okay. Oh, boy. This red smudge out here from this ornament is making me say just quickly, get a little blue, girl. Get just a little blue. Honey, if that paint cam goes out, it just will do it, okay? I just have to go over here quickly. Clean this up. Just a smidge. Let me get a little blue. Let me go back and forth and blend that out. Okay. All right, I feel better about myself and others right there. All right. Are we done? I think so. Let me show the reference. Let me add that back to the stage. There we go. So that's the reference shot. Let me go to the other one. That is the reference shot. I wish I knew how to make the reference shot smaller. Don't know how to do that yet. Are we in the right spot? Okay. Nope. Can't do it. Well, we're going to cut this foolishness out right here. That's what we're going to do. We're going to remove it. That's what I thought we just did. Let's hit that again. And we're coming right back here. All right. We're done. I'm trying to make sure I get enough light on here. Okay. Are we touching wet things? Probably. Let me see. Yeah, I'm okay with it. Let me hold up my teeny tiny reference shot. Where we at? Are we in the right spot? Here we go. Wish it was like over here, but hey, it is what it be. All right. I'm trying to see y'all. So this is, are we moving this close? We're turning it the wrong way. So this is our little reference. This is what we did to paint with it. And this is so much fun. All right. This is not in my shop as of right now. Just let me know if you'd like it. Are we doing paint can? What are we doing? All right. Maybe I'm just not hitting things hard enough. Ah, I know what happened. My paint can battery is done. That's what that is. So that's the last shot that it gave. We made it though. Thank you. That battery is totally out. We made it. So let me come right on back to the regular. So yes, thank you so much. And I'm looking over my glasses like Granny. Thank you so much for joining. This is Brene Flournoy, baby. Oh, girl, listen, we 2 minutes, 2 hours, 20 minutes. But we did not paint the full time. So we've been painting probably almost 2 hours. Let me try to get this angled right. Girl, what are we doing? All right, that coloring is nice. Okay, I'm okay with that. Listen, we're going to get this YouTube shot, and then we're out of here. Thank you so much for joining. This is Brene Flournoy, art teacher by day, portrait painter by night, paint party instructor, art kit maker. Okay, hit me up in my DMs. All right. I love to paint with you and your people. And yeah, watch for information about joining the Canvas Club membership coming up in January. So I'll be promoting that heavily this month. So thank you so much. I'm popping on off of here. Any questions, just reach out to info@thepaintedpose.com or catch me on any social media. All right. I can't believe I'm actually on Instagram Live. Finally. So thank you so much. Look at there, y'all. And then, like I said, you could put in your family name. You could put in your address. So I'm going to leave this blank. I'm going to clean it up a little bit. And yeah, I'll be making some prints or something from that. All right. Till the next time, thank you so much for joining today. If you know of somebody that needs some simple, easy painting instruction, send them my information, you guys. Let me go on up out of here. Am I doing the wrong thing? I think I am. I'm doing the right thing. So thanks for watching again. Subscribe, like and subscribe, follow on all the things. Okay. Thanks again.